I recently re-listened to your burial of Kenny King, and I remembered you mentioning Austin Aries being a malcontent, miserable human being that you had to fire from Ring of Honor. Is there a story behind the termination? What were the circumstances that made Aries so miserable to be around? And did you happen to run into him over WrestleMania weekend?
Well, last question easy first. No. I haven't seen him in a long time. Not really a fan of Austin's, also because of his Smoky Mountain Wrestling of Honor comment when he thought that somehow or another we were taking Ring of Honor back by actually asking, I don't know, the guys that work there to actually wrestle for their money. And didn't want to put up with a lot of fucking whining. I think he's great talent. He does great promos. He's a great worker athletically in the ring, and he's got a lot of experience, and he could have been a positive at that point. But Austin Aries didn't like people that were working in the office for Ring of Honor before the Sinclair Broadcasting purchase. He didn't have anything against Kerry, but he didn't like people in the office. And when Adam Pearce was replaced as Booker by Delirious, we both, Delirious and I, sat down with Austin Aries, whose contract was coming up and about to expire anyway, and asked him if he would give us a chance to fix his perceptions of the way he thought business in Ring of Honor was being conducted and how he thought the office should be run and how he thought that the television should be done and basically how he thought everything ought to go. If he would give us a chance to fix the problems he had instead of telling all the people in the locker room that the company was doomed and that everything was fucked up and just making everybody miserable like he was doing, if he would just give us a chance to address his issues and fix them instead of running his mouth to everybody. And if also, because he was the highest paid guy at that time in the company on the talent roster of anybody that was being used regularly, and he had been a manager for the previous 6 months, and we suggested he was probably going to have to go back to wrestling at that point. But basically, it was left with, give us a chance to fix your problems before you mouth off about them, if you would, and we will try to address some of your valid criticisms. And his response was, they don't pay me enough to not have an opinion. And so we responded, all right, well, I guess that's where we're going to leave it. And I went to the Philly Diner, and we just told Kerry, well, you save your fucking money because we ain't fucking booking Austin Aries anymore because we don't pay him enough not to have an opinion. So we're going to fix that. We're not going to book him, so he won't have an opinion.
And that's the end of it, I guess.
And that was pretty much, yeah, that was the end of it. It was the last time I've seen Austin Aries. He's always miserable and complaining about something, and not even in an endearing way like me.